Hey, Lois, I found some double-sided tape. I think I can do about 7 minutes worth of funny stuff with it. That should get us to the Meg kissing booth story. Chris, I heard you got a D on your report card. Here's a cutaway. Matthew McConaughey is terrible.
I don't know if this is either genius or sad, but one thing's for sure, it's true. This was one of Stewie's and Brian's time travel adventures which leads them to the future, and this clip basically sums up modern Family Guy. Nearly all modern Family Guy episodes are just 5 minutes of mostly Peter doing something silly for cheap laughs, whether it's having bad breath, making a toothpick his entire personality, or trying to get rid of a bat in his house. This then leads up to a random story caused by his shenanigans, or just so happens to lead into that story, and it ends up with a cheap moral messaging that isn't thoughtful or endearing. All the while, the cutaways most of the time are just throwing shit at some random celebrity, or just making a reference to a popular franchise with another cheap joke.
That can't be real, right?
It is really a shame how Family Guy turned out like this, but at the same time unsurprising. You could argue that Family Guy was always a Simpsons clone, but in the early seasons, Family Guy was actually funny and unique in its own way, being a bit more adult and crazier. And Peter wasn't just an incompetent, sociopathic, fat idiot.
Oh, God, Meg, you startled me. I'm sorry.
But was actually, a family guy.
He said it! He said it!
Just take these two scenes for an example.
Peter, I'm really worried about Chris. What are we gonna do about him?
Let's face it, Lois, the kid's an idiot. What the hell happened to all the smart genes in this family? I mean, I invent the razor blade comb, and my kids are doing nothing.
I mean, when Chris grows up, will he even be able to get a job or take care of himself? And what's he gonna do when we die? I feel awful saying it, but I'm kind of embarrassed by him sometimes.
I know, and he's got boobs, too. Stupid guy with boobs, acting like he doesn't want us to look. He wants us to look.
Stop making fun of me! I just wanted to listen to you guys have sex, but you were saying mean things about me!
Chris! Oh my God! No, we weren't talking about you.
Yeah, we were talking about Meg. We call her Chris, so she doesn't know.
You!
Shut up, Chris!
I know that's not true!
Oh God! Peter, he heard us call him stupid! His own parents! What have we done?
Well, Lois, it's never easy hearing the truth. Especially from a fortune cookie.
Go, Chris! Daddy loves you!
I mean that in a platonic way. I'm married.
Handball, penalty kick, blue.
That's the 10th time today! Nice grab, Orca! Hey, get Moby Dick off the field before he burps up a license plate!
Hey, easy, fella. That's my kid. Now apologize.
Okay, I'm sorry your kid's a brain-dead, stinking blue cheese fat ass!
Oh, that's it.
Way to go, Dad!
Hey, you hit my mom!
No, I hit your dad.
Whoa, stand back. Give her some air.
You mean give him some air?
Call an ambulance. She's going into labor.
You mean he's going into labor? Whoops.
I won't lie, both are funny, but the one where Peter punches that pregnant woman is funny, as well as giving him some respect into not allowing anyone, especially an adult, calling his son hurtful names. And he even asks her to apologize before she antagonizes him even further and she ends up getting punched. The comedy here is how Peter thought he was punching a man, but everyone except him knew that she was a woman, and the last line where it's revealed that she was pregnant adds to the hilarious situation. It's funny, realistic, and ties into Peter being a not so intelligent but caring father. Simply put, a family guy.
He said...
I know I fucking said it! But in the other, which is when Peter and Lois are discussing Chris doing poorly in school, and they end up just insulting him and calling him an embarrassment, only for Chris to hear them. Peter here is just an absolute asshole, coming off as uncaring and just saying his son's an idiot, with man boobs. And the joke is just a lousy excuse, and afterwards Peter seems unfazed, and then it's just another fucking pointless cutaway gag.
Shut up, Chris!
Another thing is that Peter's small action in this scene leads into the whole story of this episode, because afterwards he's put into house arrest, and Peter can't stand being cooped up alone without his friends. So he sets up his own bar in his basement, so his friends can come over. Then Lois sings for them as entertainment, because funny enough, there was once a time Lois had an actual character, rather than being a bitchy evil housewife with an annoying voice. And Peter becomes jealous of all the men gawking at her.
Are you a woman?
No.
And the moral of this story is about Peter learning to value his wife more. In the other, Chris is called stupid, so make Chris happy. Send him to space camp, family accidentally gets sent to space, now they're stuck in space. Chris saves family. He not totally stupid. Russell Brand. So yeah, it was clever for the writers of this episode to really show the route that Family Guy was going. If I were to describe Family Guy, I'd say it's just a cheap, easy show where the jokes range from a haha to an exhale through your nose with a smile on your face. And that's pretty much it. Alright, that's it for today. See y'all.
Wolf. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?